topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast.
They didn't even play the joint, but we do it later.
Killah Priest podcast.
Hey, what's good, what's good, what's good?
Cherubums, Chaldean,
Bang, bang.
Kings, Elohim, in the building. The right, the fight.
That's right, that's right.
Medieval Hebrews.
Yep.
Cops of my eye. Hey,
That's right, that's right.
man, peace in the Middle East. Man, this is going to be great. It's going to be a great show today, man. I'm already excited. I see y'all coming in the building, man. It's going to be incredible. This is the best way to leave New Year's. The best way that I've thought of that I can leave 2023 behind is today. And it's got to be with one of the greatest master teacher, mother goddess, Sophia will be here today. I'm so excited. Shout out to the craft room. This is going to be great, man. I want to say, Killah Priest, Iron Sheik for you. Peace. I want to say shout out to the craft room and yo, what's good? I'm your host, Killah Priest, Iron Sheik for the Middle East. I'm almost there, so prepare to say peace. Running the rocket is none other than AD Dizzle.
Yeah, what's good? Welcome back. It's going to be a wild show. Let's go.
That's AD Dizzle, Solo Gems in the middle.
Peace, peace, peace. Blessings, love, and harmony.
Hey, we got this and no chance. We're going to advance with my man on the side. He takes his stance. His name is Lance.
God's blessings to you.
Oh man, and I want to say, send a beautiful gratitude to everybody in the craft room. I see you, Solar Facts, Jody Southworth, Freddie Call, Sekma Uno. Yeah, it's going to be a great show today, man. Man, I can't even hold on with this, man. There's so much to get into. We got to talk, man. I'm going to start off top. We got the Queen Goddess, the mother of mothers. Yeah, the Queen of Heaven, mothers, the great mind of our time. You know what I'm saying? This sister writing, and I want to tell her face to face. Her writing is extraordinary. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a beautiful black sister who's just like the mother, her writing, her philosophies, and the way she's seen them. I dabbed into a book, took me all through. I was like, damn. She's also the original author of The Matrix, and they stole that movie from her. Y'all know her. She's been here plenty of times. Give it up for Sophia Stewart.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Peace, goddess.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Queen.
We are on it.
Hi, guys.
Yes. How have you been?
I've been doing excellent. Totally excellent.
Right.
When I complain, God is good. Going to live to see another year. So that's even a blessing for everyone.
Right. No doubt, man. Oh, man, I got so much stuff to say. Look what I got.
Yes, that's the one.
Hey.
Look what I got. Yo, make sure.
Matrix and Terminator.
Yeah, I'm going to pass this down. Make sure y'all get this book. And she has another one, too. I've been dabbling. I got some questions, man. I mean.
I have 4 books of Matrix and Terminator. I own and created the Matrix and Terminator film franchises.
Wow.
Already been to the Oscar on the red carpet.
Wow.
Already validated by 2 federal judges and 2 default judgments in the Utah federal courts.
Wow. Nice. That's beautiful, man. We're going to get into it because we're leaving 2023.
Yeah.
And we're moving up to 2024. We have to step our game up. And what other way to do it than a mother goddess? You know what I'm saying? Huh? What was that? Okay. Yeah. All right, yeah, it is retrograde. All right. So I dabbed in a little bit of something, and I just want to say, man, your writing is almost like, biblical, like ancient tablet, like hieroglyphics. What I must say, cuneiforms. How did, man? How did you come up with this idea, with this beautiful message that you gave to us?
I wrote The Matrix and Terminator while I was at USC. I have a degree in journalism, a degree in law. I studied to be a lawyer and a doctor. And I also am an author of several books on Matrix and Terminator and a screenwriter because I had a copyrighted script and a copyrighted book that these movies were adapted from.
Wow. Real talk, man. Real talk. I mean, just to hear your mind and how you put things together. I remember one time we was actually talking. We were in Vegas, and you was just telling me this extraordinary story. I don't even know if you wrote this one yet, but you was telling me about rockets, like rocket ships in the future of rocket ships. I was blown away by that conversation that we had. You were talking about how you make a rocket ship or a spaceship or something of that sort.
It's a spaceship, UFOs. Homeland Security called me after they read the book you have in your hand, show everyone. The Matrix 4 book is the 4th installment, and that's more Matrix. When you go on Amazon.com, there's over 1,000 more reviews, on the books. The 3 of my books, Matrix and Terminator, are on Amazon, and all 4 of them on my website, matrixterminator.com. So what I'm talking about on page 77 in that book, Homeland Security called me and they said, "Oh my God, you solved the Roswell incident." And I said, "What do you mean I solved the Roswell incident? It happened before I was even born." And they said, we got these UFO ships. We've captured them, but we didn't know how they flew until we read your book. Page 77 on, I am talking about those same UFOs. They have ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics on the belly of the ships. And they fly with magnetic ring propulsion and the reversal of gravity.
Whoa.
It's like you take the air out of a balloon, it shoots off, and it's like gone before you can even see it. Do you know how you take the air out of a balloon and it just shoots off?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly how the UFO ships are. Once the gravity is reversed on them, they're like a balloon.
Wow.
And they're light, and they can cloak invisible because you don't even see the progression of a balloon. Once you let the air out of it, it just disappears, and then you see it. Wow. Same way with the UFO ships. Think about it. Because they had broken the ships down by aerodynamics. They told me the aliens were dead, and they wanted to know, how did I create them? And it was all there in the book. And I was showing them how they cloak invisible and how the machines cannot detect them.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Everything in the book is real.
Real talk.
I can send you the globes. I can send you the UFOs and all that, the Homeland Security classified information. It's real.
Man, that's heavy. I believe so. You said somewhere, right? And I do believe it's real.
Yeah, the Matrix and Terminator are real. You are living the Matrix right now. And I wrote it in the 80s. My copyrights are 81, 83, and 84, February the 6th, 84. Terminator did not come out till October the 26th, 1984. Matrix did not come out till March the 31st, 1999. So my copyrighted script and book was already published and out. before they were adapted like Lord of the Ring books.
Wow. Is this something that you plan, or did it come to you in a dream, or your
No,
mind
it
is
did
made?
not. It did not come to me in a dream.
Mm.
There was no downloading that people often talk about. I have a natural gift because I'm a shaman. My bloodline is Cherokee, but I'm sovereign. Cherokee. I have a treasury tax ID number like of the natives, all natives, indigenous people on the reservations. My grandmother, full-blooded Cherokee from the Indian reservations of Missouri. My mother being a native, she did not register us. We were born by a midwife.
Beautiful.
So I have sovereigns.
Beautiful. Step our game up, man. That's beautiful right there. So it's coming from a deep rooted. I mean, you have it already, but the writing. I want to ask you about
Well, my grandmother being a shaman, a healer, I have that gift of sight. I'm a prodigy also. So when I'm trying to tell you about her, she already had that gift of healing and stuff. So it's inside of me naturally.
Right.
My totem is the cat in all forms, jaguar paw. I belong to the Cherokee tribe. They've already have accepted me into the tribe.
Fire.
Dope.
Fire.
For sure.
I read in one of your books. It wasn't this particular one, and I just took a note of it. You said, "Watch the heavens. We will be back."
That is where the dialogue Terminator will be back.
Wow.
Because he comes back as 3 different cyborgs.
Wow. Are you frozen? Yeah. I think she froze up. It's retrograde too. Yeah. Suspend animation.
Wow.
You got the Blackfoots. Someone in the chat said Blackfoot. The Blackfoots in the building represent Blackfoots, Choctaw. Come on in the building, man. You have a representative that's speaking.
Right.
Magnificent, and it's so beautiful. Cherokee, and took me on these trips because when I read it, I was like, wow. It reminded me of the Sumerian tablets or the Book of the Dead, or just the Genesis accounts, and it just took me somewhere. And also, it was just a new step up. So when Mike Cod, I can say my God. His name Mike Cod. You explain his character a little bit, because without giving too much, y'all have to get this book. Make sure y'all go get her books, all of her books. Make sure you get. We got one of them here.
Right
Get
here.
all 4. It's like the 4 commandments, 4 parts of the earth. These are the 4 books. And when you explain that the Matrix was actually in the Bible, you know that?
No, man.
Come on.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Matrix come out of the Bible. The difference between a man and a woman is not the vagina and the penis. It's actually the woman's womb, the matrix. It's a 7-year-old, the woman's babies, and then this physical domain called the earth. And every woman is the mother of her matrix or mother of her womb. Because we are the ones bring the babies this target. It's mentioned 5 times, 3 times, and that's times numbers. Exodus 34th chapter, 18th verse. God says he will open up the gates of
Think
my
Sophia, I think something's
children.
up with your mic. You're kind of like going in and out.
Yeah, but it's not me. My phone is fine. It's on your end.
AD,
I mean, we're good here.
retrograde.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's clear now. It's just,
All right.
there might be some moments of stutter,
Right.
but that's just, I think, internet turbulence.
All right. Let's get back on course.
Yeah, because of my phone, I have the best.
Yeah.
I have Apple iPhone Max Pro, 256 gigs, brand new. I turned down the 15, the i15, because it's a hybrid. I didn't want a hybrid.
Okay.
I wanted a full Apple iPhone.
Okay.
So my phone is excellent.
Right. And I saw your reference is in the movie. They escape every time they get in the phone booth.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
coming
that
from
was in
that
the
one.
first.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
in the
it
first
was.
Matrix. That was in the first Matrix. But what you got to know, like the one you're holding in your hand, is the real fourth installment. And so those characters, those graphics, the special effects, the concept, the dialogue, the I'll be back, the red and blue peel, all of that from me. In fact, there are two guys that call themselves Red and Blue Peel that have interviewed me.
Shout out to Red and Blue Pill. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Everybody looking for the Mother Matrix. You are known as the Mother Matrix, Mother Goddess, Queen of Heaven. And we're just glad to have you in our presence right now. So I was going into Mike Card. Make sure I get that. And the Third Eye.
Yeah, the Third Eye Matrix and Terminator End Time Revelations, because the prophecy in Revelation says that the Christ consciousness would come back upon the earth again, and that he would be born of a woman, and that woman is Sarah Connor, because Terminator is the epic, or the epic story, the beginning of the epic story. And so you don't understand the Matrix or the Terminator unless you put them together. So in the Terminator, which is the beginning of the epic story, it's about past, present, and future time travel. So in the future, the machines are trying to enslave mankind, but they hear this prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them. So they know that the lady that's destined to have the baby is Sarah Connor. So they have to time travel to kill her. So JC, John Connors, which grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix, will not be born. That's what the story is all about. And Kyle Reese, already battling the machines in the future, is a rebel that has the time travel to save her. And what he does is, while he's protecting her against the machines, the Terminator, he inadvertently falls in love with her, gets her pregnant, but he has to go back to the future. Now it's the Immaculate Conception, because the man she loved disappeared, but there's a baby in her that's a proof of her love. And then when you see the next Terminator, he's a teenager and he don't know why the Terminators are trying to kill him. He's not consciously awakened yet. And then he goes on to the third Terminator. He's a man child. They're still coming after him, but they take him and hide him out in the Matrix until he gets 30 years of age. That's when the rebellion or Reloaded starts. On to Revolution, or the war. But they take him first to Morpheus. They come, the rebels, and waken him to his purpose. And then Morpheus teaches him and train him how to fight the machines, on to the Oracle, so she can guide him on his journey.
That's woo.
That's deep.
That's so much of a journey. And we get the most. I see, it's so many layers to the Matrix, man. When we're coming from her mind, you know what I'm saying? There's so many layers to it, and it's so beautiful because I didn't even know that the Terminator and the Matrix goes together.
Right.
They're in the same universe.
Same universe.
They do not make sense without each other. It's like they're cut in half. And if you just do the Terminator, where is it going?
Right.
And if you see the Matrix, why is Neo so important? Well, the Terminator explains it. Who his mother is, where he come from, and what his purpose is, and why the machines are trying to kill him.
It's deep.
Who would you say, like, the modern day machines? Would you say is the internet, the corporations, worship of money?
Well, it's the corporation in reality. They are the machines that you are fighting against every day because they regulate your reality. In fact, they come out every day with programs that you got to unplug from. We're talking about television, magazines, newspaper, radio, billboards, podcasts, interviews. Every day they're plugging you in. And the Matrix and Terminator I created, God gave me the message to unplug you so you can use your creativity and not be a robot.
I agree with that.
Sister, how do you feel about the AIs?
Well, the AI, I'm telling you, are going to be even more advanced. You guys are still operating off of the visionary H.G. Wells's concepts of what a machine is. And that's why man is building all these metal and so forth machines. H.G. Wells was born in the Iron Age, and he saw a machine or AI, artificial intelligence, as a old clankety clank metal machine. But I was born in the digital age, a visionary, where I see the machines advancing to test tube babies, petri dish babies, clones, drones, artificial inseminated babies, gender benders, gender manipulated babies, all lab rats that have no seeds or souls created by man. And I'm telling you where it's all going, that the drones were going to be bigger and unmanned. It's all in my books. There will be no drivers. There will be drone planes, drone cars that they're already doing because they heard my interviews. Drones are taking over everything.
I like the way
Drone cops.
the way Morpheus speaks of this also as prophecy. And I love the stoic nature that they all speak in. You know what I mean? They're very focused, and I love how Morpheus presents himself. It couldn't have been played by a better actor, I don't think.
Oh, Lawrence, I met him and I was elated. I did a red carpet with him
Nice.
in 2006, and all the media met me for the first time. It was here in Vegas. In fact, Sylvester Stallone was on there, and the late Dennis Hopper, and of course, Lawrence Fishburne and other celebrities. So they all got to meet me for the first time.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Man, there was a child named Icon. Yes. Man, and the names that you be the names you be coming with. I'm so intrigued by who is Icon and what he representing now.
Icon is the one, Neo, iconic. Icon means iconic. And what is Neo but iconic? Neo is an anagram for the one, because Jesus was called the one. John the Revelator called him the one. My story is the second coming that Revelations prophesies, but there was no story in the Bible. Now, you guys are used to the first story by those authors, the first coming of the Christ, which is celebrated now with the passing of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote the second coming in science fiction form. So all the characters that you see in the books, they are Neo, also known as Thomas Anderson, the hacker, and they call Jesus a thief. A hacker is a thief.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. So, Terminator. Yeah, look, you see, he's the one.
Yeah.
I love that symbology, how they had the cross when he destroyed the matrix from within.
Yes, when the golden beams come out of his eyes, it's in the book. And he received this incredible power. The gold lasers shoot straight out of his eyes, and that's what you see on the screen. The binary codes of the machines are the ones and the zero. That's what you guys are trying to portray on the screen behind you. But when you look at the Third Eye Matrix and Terminator book, you actually see the 1 and the 0, the binary codes. It's not a recipe. It is talking about the numbers, because everything is created with numbers. The universal language is mathematics, not spells or spelling, not curses or cursive. That's witchcraft. You understand? John Wick is a witch, a warlock. A male witch is a warlock. So when you look at the fourth, they're talking about, it's not the Matrix. That's John Wick, a warlock. That's Tiffany and her husband and 2 children. It is not Trinity. The Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's why she would see that's not. You can pull up the real Trinity and the real Neo. Neo does not look like that. His hair is short. You don't change Superman. Superman has never changed.
Right.
Batman has never changed. Iron Man is that. See, now, that's the characters I created. That's Trinity. That's Neo.
I love it.
Yeah.
People are confused until you see the movies. And you say, oh, wait a minute, these people don't look anything. Morpheus is not a naked man wearing an old Joker's suit. Put him up there. Put the naked man and put Morpheus and see the difference. Niobe is not an old general with dreads on her head, 80 years old. She is slick. She has nice hairstyle.
Right.
And she is phenomenal. Put her up there. There's the real Morpheus. Not a naked man with the Joker's suit on. Put the real Niobe up there, because I don't know how anybody can forget my characters. When Warner Brothers sold NFTs, they could not sell my characters. They just sold some characters. That's the real Niobe. She doesn't look like no old woman with dreads. That's her right there. That's how she's going to appear every time she comes in a Matrix movie.
It was interesting.
Superman doesn't grow, like I told you. Now, see, that is not her.
Yeah.
The
way
I don't know who that is.
they changed the way they changed the whole story. I hated how they did that. It totally went off script.
Well, they couldn't write the Matrix or Terminator. It's futuristic.
Yeah.
What they gave you guys was some garbage.
Yeah.
And they fooled you guys with the real actors and actresses that portrayed my characters. So all you guys were looking at was the actors and actresses. Y'all were not looking at the characters that was on the screen, because you'd say, hell no, that is not the Matrix.
Exactly. I couldn't even rewatch it. I had to turn it off. It wasn't the same.
It's so
because if you look at everything, look at the naked man. He has nothing to do with Morpheus. He's not doing anything but walking around naked.
Pull him up, AD.
Yeah, pull him up.
I was so upset at it. I don't even remember the character.
And pull up the Joker's old suit. He's wearing it. I cannot believe that my Super Matrix fans say, look, that is the Joker's uniform. You can Google a Joker's uniform and put it on the side. There it is right there, but you can see the full suit. If you put in Joker's see, look, that's the Joker's outfit.
Yeah.
They
Right.
played a joke on you guys.
They be talking. Yeah, it's subliminal. It's real.
That's crazy.
A joke.
The joke's on you.
I
Huh?
couldn't believe anybody can see that because I know the diehard Matrix and Terminator fans
Yeah,
will
like
show it right
Shabba
away and ask for their money back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%. I love the Oracle, especially that first one.
Oh, that people say it because I put myself in my work. And they already knew about me, you guys.
Right.
They knew I lived in Riverdale, New York, which is the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
They knew I lived in, Manhattan. It was all on my copyrights, my address. So that's the real Oracle right there.
Wow.
Gloria Foster was playing her. She passed away because of diabetes, but she is the real Oracle. And when you hear her, you're hearing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
love
you read the Matrix 4 book.
the dialogue was just so captivating. And if you really felt like she was the Oracle because she was saying such truth. That the whole movie is just it's a documentary, which we've all heard, It's amazing. It's just
It is real. The Matrix is real. And when you go into the first movie of the Matrix and the first two Terminators, you are getting real prophecies,
yeah.
real information. And when you pick up the fourth installment, Evolution, the book you got,
Yeah.
that is the real continuation of the work. Look at the 5-star reviews on Amazon, and all the fans are going crazy.
Yeah. The writing, like I said, is something ancient and at the same time.
Very.
Yeah. Man. And the influence, I hear a lot of biblical things, and it takes me into that prophetic world. So today, how do we? Because I hear the teacher in you, and through even reading your books, and it's like, how do we become more like Neo and less like Cypher?
Well, there are people. Listen, there are people like Cypher that lives here. They know the truth, but they love the lie.
Wow.
He knew that he was not eating a steak. He knew he was eating mush, but he'd rather lie and kill for the lie and die for the lie. And there's a lot of people that will not unplug out of the Matrix right now that will die and kill and lie for, life, just, they will die for the lie.
Yeah.
They will not unplug.
A lot. Yeah, definitely. Definitely about that, man.
Are you familiar with Andrew Tate?
I've heard of him, but give me the spiel on him and I'll tell you my take.
He always refers to the Matrix. He always refers to the movie, and whenever especially he's under attack, for speaking the truth. He's gotten arrested a couple times and everything.
Oh, yes, I know about him.
He's like, the Matrix is attacking me.
Wow.
He always speaks to the
Well,
movie.
the Matrix is not attacking him. What's attacking him is the people who do not want him to keep unplugging others from the Matrix. That's what the deal is. He is already unplugged, and he's trying to unplug others with truth. And well, sometimes you have to be sacrificed or die for the truth. And that is what's going on with people in the past. And now in the future. If you're going to take on the power that be, you better call on the living God of the Most High. Well, you better be sovereign when you speak the truth.
That's real.
You've also created the terminology red pilled, because nowadays they use the term, if someone's being awoken to truth, they're being red pilled.
Which come from our movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I created that. It's in my book, it's in my movie.
Yeah.
When you go into the book, a lot of people have never read the books.
Right.
That's why they're behind. The movies are no more than an hour and 36 minutes. That's a small fraction out of a book.
Right.
No more than 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, there's all these questions that the movie has, but the answer is in the book. But look, 4 books on Matrix and Terminator, and you don't want to read it? I have ebooks that you can get a audio app that will read the books to you.
They rather take
All
that
of
blue
them are
pill.
in ebooks. Now, and let me tell you about the blue pill and the red pill. The red and blue pill was about God's children versus man's children. When you cut God's children, they bleed with red blood. As soon as it open up a wound, red blood is shooting out of them. The machines is black and blue oil or black and blue ink. Do you see?
Yeah.
So when you take the red pill, you're going to see how deep the rabbit hole of truth goes. And if you take the blue pill, then you're just going to stay plugged in like Cypher. And then you're just going to carry on with the lie and enjoy things that you know are not real, including your life that you're experiencing here will not even be real if you choose the blue pill. If you stay ignorant and you don't unplug, if you stay with the illusions, then that's what you chose. That's your choice. So when Morpheus is telling you which pill should you take, God is giving you a choice to learn the truth and unplug, or stay in ignorance and bliss. That's right. Because even God doesn't take your free will. He wants you to unplug and see how deep this rabbit hole of illusions, ignorance, and lies really goes.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's why I'm telling y'all, everyone, go get the books. You can rewatch the movie, but the books is even better. It's like coming right from imagination. It gives you, it's so many layers to it. It gives you so much insight. And man, I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for that, because
I want to say something. Once people read all 4 of the books and they go back and look at the movies now, it's going to really blow their minds, because they're going to go deep and see how everything, what it all means. You'll have a deeper understanding, a more spiritual understanding of what the Matrix and Terminator movies are really about. And you will start buying them, and you will go just layering them, because they're layered. And you will knock down all the layers, and you'll say, oh my God, I watched this movie 20 times and I didn't see that. But now I understand from reading the books.
That's the best part. Wow, know thyself. You just hit me in the head with that as soon as he walked in the room.
It's real.
And that was your part that you wrote yourself in there, and he said, know thyself. And I was like, wow, that's heavy.
Oh, yes.
That was so deep. That was so deep. That caught me out. That caught me out there, man. So we got the there was in one of the books I read, the Space Star. I gotta check that out.
Yes. Do you know what Space Star? Now listen, you see Elon Musk is using that, but his is SpaceX. But look, Space Star. A lot of people using it. And do you know how long I wrote that? That was in 1981 at USC.
Oh man!
And so Space Star, like SpaceX, is the Nebuchadnezzar, because when they were reading my book in science fiction form, all the references, biblical references, are there. Nebuchadnezzar is talking about Revelations. It was this king. But this is why the ship is called Nebuchadnezzar in the movie, which is really SpaceX or Space Star.
Yeah. Wow. Like I told you.
A lot of people are getting my books and looking at my movies,
right?
And they are referencing the Matrix and Terminator incredibly.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They are, every time you see or hear something, or they're referencing the Matrix, like they wrote it, or like they created it. They're referencing my work, just like there's no beginning to it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at Ben Carson. He's talking about the Matrix. Invited me to his show, but won't have me on there because he's trying to take credit for my work.
Man.
Come on now.
Yeah.
How are you going to talk about the Matrix? And I'm the one that told you guys where it came from. You guys didn't even know it came out of the Bible. You didn't know it was the woman's womb or Stargate, that every woman is the mother of that womb, the Matrix.
Wow.
And it's talking about the birthing of God's children out of the Matrix versus man's children out of the lab. We're talking about hybrids. Like I told you, drones and clones, test tube, petri dish babies, artificial inseminated babies. And if you go back and look at a documentary called Flat Earth, these children have been bred for years out of the laboratory. And the living babies out of the Matrix wombs. I'm going to send that documentary over to Killah Priest and look at it, and it's going to blow your mind.
Man, I can't wait. Please. Yeah, because I know you had a city called the Dome.
Yes, and that's called Flat Earth right now.
Wow, there it goes.
Well,
That's crazy.
Yes,
That's
yes.
crazy.
You're ahead of your time. You're ahead of your time.
I am 100 years ahead.
Yeah.
100 years.
Wow.
And everybody is talking about my work, but in their own type of way.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get a little piece here.
I'm showing the pictures and explaining it. Like they say, Flat Earth has this protective dome over it. And you can't go out of it because inside of the dome is positive energy. But on the outside of the dome is negative energy. So you will blow up. So when you take a positive charge with a negative charge, you're going to blow up. Let me explain it to you. You see that? That is in the Matrix book, The Third Eye.
Wow.
No joke.
Come
And
on, y'all.
when you look at the Ark of the Covenant that you see in your car as the battery, did you hear me? Look at the Ark of the Covenant. Somebody put the picture up.
The Ark of the Covenant.
And take the angels off of it, Michael and Lucifer. You'll have the battery that is in your car right now.
Does look like that.
Look at the battery. There's the negative charge and the positive charge. Just remove the angels and there's the battery.
Okay.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
And if you touch the negative and the positive in the wrong way, it will kill you, blow you up, or it'll
pull up the battery. Yes, it does.
That's why they didn't want you to touch the Ark of the Covenant a certain way. There it is, right there.
Yes. And wait, it has a red plug.
That's right, red
and another plug, right?
That's
red
wild.
and the blue. Red and the blue.
Wow, red and the blue part.
Don't tell me that I didn't write the Matrix and Terminator.
Man,
I will unplug you. I am the Oracle, and I will unplug you.
Man.
And no one is talking about what I'm talking about. And you want to see the first gun?
Yeah.
Well, pull up the slingshot that David had in his hand. And let me teach you quantum physics, ancient sacred geometry, and calculus. That is the first gun. When you swirl it around, that is the cylinder spinning. When you snap it, that's the metal hitting the cap. The metal hit the ground. The stone is propelled into your body. It's a stone. See, look. It goes around just like the cylinder spinning.
That's
you
crazy.
Snap it. You hit the metal cap falls to the ground. The stone is right in the front, and it goes right into your body, and it melts right into your body because of the speed. And ancient geometry, you see, it's going straight for his head. So David had the first gun.
That's fine.
Let me unplug you.
Please.
That's
like
why
that.
it was so deadly. Because with the quantum physics, the quantum is in the spinning. The snap is in the ancient geometry, a straight line. The calculation is you calculating to hit him in the head or the heart. But it is a gun. The first gun ever invented. Very deadly. No one is telling you this.
No.
That's true.
No.
Nobody.
Yeah.
But yo, bro, I know you be getting some strange. They're not trying to capture you or put you.
Well, I just told you that they cannot touch me because I'm sovereign. God made no mistake when he created me to bring his message to the world. He had me at my first teacher when I'm only 11 years old in the 7th grade. He's teaching me how to write. I'm a master writer. Do you see what I'm talking about? Then when I skipped all of high school, didn't need it, took the New York Region, went into college, and look at my teachers. God gave me a master journalist, Max Siegel, a master playwright, Big Apple playwright, Paul Cherry, a master author, Emile Kapulia, essay critic, and also a master producer, Leon Roth, whose son, Eric Roth, wrote Airport 79, Benjamin Button, and the other one, Forrest Gump. But my work wins 4 Oscars, science fiction to win 4 Oscars. And those Oscars belong to me because I did not do any licensing deals with anybody. And God told me when I was reading the Bible and writing the story, he said that I was Job. And Job means job, J-O-B, Job, because I was going to get the job done, just like the father of Apple, the late Steve Jobs.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. Wisdom is, the wisdom is flowing.
Deep.
And that's my name. And that's my name, Wisdom. Sophia means wisdom in Greek.
Wow.
So I am God's wisdom, the oracle.
Wow.
And that was my second book. Yes. But pull the one up with Neo on the cover. Pull the one up with Neo on the cover. That is the latest one, the newest one. It's right on Amazon. And it has Neo on the cover, so you will never be confused who's the mother of Neo.
Yeah. Man, hit that super chat and that like. If y'all have any questions for Sophia, the great Sophia, she's here. And I know I see a lot of y'all say y'all go get the book. Y'all probably could get her to autograph it. That'd be crazy.
Oh, yes, I do. I autograph many of the books.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is right there. There's Neo. I see that he's going to pull up the one with Neo on the cover. Now, that's the 4th installment, you guys. That is the 4th installment. And you can see all the reviews. Yes.
Let's read some of the reviews.
And you see the one with Neo on the cover. Look, there's the one, Mother of the Matrix, Neo on the cover.
Yeah.
There's the first book, the Third Eye, Matrix and Terminator book, because I'm talking about on Earth, we have 2 eyes. But the third eye is the eye of God, the all-seeing, all-knowing eye of God. The Matrix, the woman's womb, her stargate, her portal to bring babies into this physical domain that we call the Earth. There's Neo right there.
Where at?
Yes. That's Neo right there. It's just not showing, it's kind of blocked on there. But if you go to Amazon, it's not blocked.
Beautiful.
But it's all the books are together. So that's why he's kind of hitting a little bit.
Right. Wow. 4 installments. This is good. We gotta protect it. We have to protect you.
The links are in
We
the
need you
description
around.
for everybody at home.
I know you said you protect it.
That's my
good.
website. Well, let me tell you, I think God has always had all of his warriors like you guys that deal in truth protecting me.
That's
And
right.
this is going to blow your mind. But there are mobsters, the American gangsters, Illuminatis, Mormons, all types of people that are protecting me out there and have come to me and are amazed and happy and have given a lot of things to me.
Beautiful.
Appreciate the truth.
Yeah.
Here in Vegas, the ones that own these casinos, the mob here,
Right.
have always treated me with love, respect. They had to meet me. They met me in a secret meeting. They even gave me permission that I can open up a Matrix casino. And I'm going to do that.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine the Matrix
sick.
casino with Neo on the building, on the front of the building?
That's hard. Red and blue dice.
That's awesome.
That's right. And the Terminator on one side of the building, on the other side.
Sophia, I used to run the show with like a regular mic, but I went back to this headset because I was inspired by Tank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see Tank
And I
right
met
there?
Tank. Yeah, Marcus Tong. I love him.
Yeah. So
I
like
love him. I've met him. He's wonderful.
when I run the show for Priest, I like to pretend I'm Tank. Back here and just I have like 3 screens over here I'm running, so I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I intend to do a animation on a Matrix 4 animation. And I'm gonna put Tank in there. Tank is coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was going like, why they kill Tank, man? He was like, you better die.
He was so passionate when
Yeah,
he talked about Zion.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm gonna bring him back as a hologram.
What was his brother name? Was that his
brother
brother?
in the movie?
Was that his
He
brother?
didn't have
Dozer.
Dozer, yeah.
Dozer, yes.
Yeah.
It's Anthony Parker. I'm thinking about his real brother, or
Uh-huh.
you're not giving me the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Anthony Parker.
Right.
Yes,
Anthony
yes.
Parker.
You guys got to pull up all these black guys and women that are in the. I met Nona Gay,
Oh,
Mother Janice.
that was
I
that.
met Marvin's sister. You guys have no idea. I met Will and Jada. I met a lot, and Henry. I met him also. I met a lot of the Matrix and Terminator actors and actresses. And Kiana, I heard, is waiting to meet me.
Beautiful. We got a question from Menkepra the Great. Woo! Menkepra put 50 on it. Oh man. He said, did someone say battery? Sophia, how you feel about the chariot being the first ancient car and the first airplane being now credited to a black man?
What, the first airplane?
Yeah. This is
Who was the guy?
his name is Menkepra the Great. You seen him
Well,
before?
I never met or seen that part of history.
Oh.
On the airplanes, because the old airplanes used to be the air balloons. The balloons with the baskets were the first airplanes.
Yeah. When they used to walk fast and
You know that.
not talk. Think, and they used to,
Yeah. But of course,
they used to
in
lift
the
weights.
cowboy movies, we know that the first cars were the horses, not so much the chariots or the wagons and stuff like that, stagecoach.
Wow.
But what I go on with the technology, because the first cars ran with water,
Right.
steam engines. And if you would pull up the water cars, now that is superiority. We had the water boats, all of that, the steam engines. Well, guess what? Water everywhere, so you didn't have to pay.
Beautiful.
You can just put some water, and then the cars would outrace the horses. Go look at the old movies. There wasn't even any paved roads or streets. The
I've
old
seen it.
model cars with water ran everywhere.
Yeah.
Look, there we go. They ran on land and on water. Look at all the.
Wow.
And Hitler had it. If you would pull up Hitler's chariots, you always see Hitler's first water cars
Wow.
with Hitler and his men and the
Germans.
cars.
That's crazy.
The Germans, yeah. Pull up
Advance.
Hitler's first water chariot. You guys got to see it. It's black
Oh man.
and it's in the water, man. He's got. Oh, it was not that one. It was a car, a black car that they were in. His men.
Hitler's.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, Hitler's chariot.
Yeah.
Cars. Yeah.
Got it. Well, try water car.
Now there it is, right there.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
stallion.
it's a convertible, and it's in the water convertible. You got to see them in the water. It's on the internet. You can Google it and see it. I got pictures of it.
Man.
I'll send you guys pictures of it.
Please do. Please do.
Yes, amazing. Because they came out with the Mercedes, and you see the old first Mercedes and so forth. Good cars. I have a Mercedes.
Man.
Those German cars are really good. The Volkswagen.
Yeah.
You remember the Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's beautiful, man. This is
Man.
crazy. They be bringing them out on the OG nights. When they be
Yeah, there it is. Good German-made cars.
Yeah, he used to call
That's
that
crazy.
a punch car. It's nice.
Yeah.
And they're good with engineering.
Oh yeah, and they're very good cars. If you take care of the maintenance on them, you can go up to 300,000 miles with a Mercedes.
Wow.
As long as you do the maintenance when the computer tells you to.
That's right. Do you
And
want to
keep it
ride
up.
my Mercedes, boy? Listen.
Yeah, the engine will last.
Mm.
Beautiful
That's fine.
technology.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
man. It was rolling around like that. Was riding on the top.
And I want to let you guys know about Muhammad Ali, his place in this work.
Here we go. Yeah, it's getting juicy. I heard that.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali had he was a little punch drunk for somebody.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
That's fact.
So about the great Muhammad Ali had a crush on someone. Can you tell us about that?
I was engaged to marry him. While I was at USC, I met him in 1980 from one of his bodyguards named Abdullah. Introduced us. And he fell in love with me at first sight.
Right.
He'd always had younger women. And he asked me to marry him. And we went to his mosque. And I have the certificate of my name is Sonia Ali, a Muslim name.
Wow.
I never revealed it until now.
Beautiful.
Because the Muslims can marry as many wives as they want, as long as they can afford to take care of them. And I met this imam that he had introduced me, and he was like blown away with me. And he didn't know what I was culturally wise. He said, "What are you?" And I said, "What?" He said, "What are you?" Because he didn't know if I was Spanish. He didn't know if I was Native or Arabic or East Indian. I got that confusion on the campus all the time. The Spanish people would speak Spanish to me.
Yeah.
The Native people would embrace me. The Arabs thought I was one of them, and the East Indians, or some of the richest people, the Patels, thought I was one of them. Yeah, because look, I have East Indian
Yeah, I can see
earrings
a
on,
structure of your face.
but if I put my native earrings on, you would think I was native.
I think
also.
that now. Yeah. I can see it from your face.
Because my color is copper.
Right. Copper colored. Yeah, it's beautiful.
If I had given you a picture of me, you will see where the Matrix and Terminator look came from. I invented and created it, and you could see it in my pictures.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
So where did you and Ali meet?
Oh, let me tell you, he called me, and he wanted to come over with his entourage, but I didn't want any entourage over. So he said he was taking me out. So I said, "Where are you taking me?" He said, to the Speakeasy in Hollywood. And I called up one of my girlfriends and I said, would you like to meet Ali? And she said, yes. And we went to the Speakeasy because I told him I'd meet him there. He couldn't believe it. He said, because no one had ever turned him down. They always like, well, come and get me, or, And I said, no, you don't have to come and get me. And he was like, what? He was shocked. And I said, well, the Speakeasy. And I said, well, does it cost any money to get in? And he said, why? He said, do you need any money? He said, because I can give you some money. And I said, no, because I hadn't gotten paid yet. And so I said, you don't need to give me any money. And he was like, what? He had never heard of that because people had been begging him for money, but I didn't know this. I had no idea. And so he said, just let the man know that you're my guest and he'll tell you where I'm at. And I said, okay. But he was blown away by me.
Wow.
So when he met me, there was this big crowd around him. And me and my girlfriend, her name is Marilyn, we said, oh, there's no way we could go through that crowd. But his bodyguards, he had 8 bodyguards, and they were looking out for me. And one of them knew what I looked like because he met me at the Lakers game. And I knew all the Lakers, Magic and Jim Chong and Cooper and the one married to Debbie Allen. What is his name? I can't think of his name now, but you guys know him. It's a big name and with the Lakers. But I knew all of them. And they used to leave tickets for me to come and watch their games. Do you know I still have those tickets?
Wow.
No joke. They're memorabilia.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and so anyway, he came out of that crowd like you parted the Red Sea, and he walked straight to me, and he said, are you the one I'm supposed to meet? And I said, yes. And he grabbed me and hugged me and said, why do you have to be so pretty? That's what he said to me.
Man.
And he was just amazing.
That's crazy.
I'm going to tell you guys, this is going to blow your mind. He had never met a woman like me ever.
Ooh.
And he told me that because women, they just fall for him and fall over him. And so he couldn't understand, well, why aren't you falling over me? What kind of man do you like? What's your favorite man? What's your favorite movie star? Because I know everybody. I can introduce you. He said, who would you like to meet? And then he started naming all these superstars in football.
Yeah.
You know, I had met Jim Brown. He was never my favorite. But he was naming, no, he was never. But all he was naming off whites and Spanish and everybody from all fields of, and he said, well, who would you like to meet if I could introduce you? Well, I was big on Clint Eastwood, but on the movies. And I had a poster where, you know, he had on that Parker thing he had on, and he had that little cigar in his mouth, and he looked so mean and like he could kill you with that look. But I was just a big Clint Eastwood fan, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, Clint Eastwood. It was funny. It was really funny.
Man, yeah.
But I was coming like from a fan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not
come
like
on,
I
me
like
Ali
him.
back. You crazy?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Ali.
He was too old for me. He was my sister, my oldest sister liked him. You know what I'm talking about? Like that
Ali?
way. No, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
But I was just admiring his pictures and the Cowboys and how, you know, the spaghetti westerns and how he would tear them up.
Yeah. I love the westerns.
And then the next thing he did, you know, he took me out and the media took pictures of us. And then he brought me home. And when he brought me home, listen very carefully, he asked me, he says, well, are you going to go to bed with me? And I said, no. And he was like, what? He said, you don't understand. He said, I can give my bodyguards some money right now and they will go get me some prostitutes. And I said, well, then you need to do that. And he was like, what? He said, you must be trying to marry me. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to marry you. I don't even know you. And he was like, I cannot believe this. He went in his pocket, you guys, and this blew my mind. I've never seen anything like this or since. He went in his pocket and he pulled out 2 handful of women's phone numbers. Now I'm gonna tell you, I was with him at both clubs, and I was right beside him at the candy store where the media also was taking pictures, but I didn't see him getting any phone numbers. He said, look at all these women that wanted to be with me. He said, out of all these women, I chose you. And I was like, wow. I said, no. I said, no. And he said, you're trying to marry me, right? Again, I said, no, I'm not trying to marry you. He said, well, I'm going to do something. He says, I'm going to give you a phone number. And he said, this phone number, no one will have. He said, my other numbers are cut off from time to time or changed from time to time. He said, but this number is never changed and never cut off. And you will always be in touch with me. And he gave me the number and he left. His bodyguards, my girlfriend was there, and his 8 bodyguards. Someone was in the car, someone was in the house. And you guys are going to be blown away by this. But do you know, one of my girlfriends kept bugging me to use the number. And I see, I want to meet him. And I introduced a lot of people to him and my friends. I used the number. Abdel, his guy told us to come, and he was having a meeting. And when I walked in the room, you know what he said?
What?
He smiled and said, I remember you. You were the one that got away.
Man.
That's what he said. And then he started doing magic, dancing with me, playing and joking, always until I fell in love with him.
Man.
And he asked me to marry him.
Yeah, you're amazing, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was with him from 1980 to 83.
Man. Wow.
3 years.
That's right. And look, he inspired the Neo character because he was a Black superhero.
Yes.
Around the whole globe. Let's go to YouTube and listen to interviews.
We get it tonight.
This man is incredible. And you know, he saw my writings. He has my work framed in his mansion. People told me when they would go to his mansion, they would see my writings on the wall. And he was blown away by my writings. He would say, oh my God, you wrote this? You wrote this? And I said, yes. But to me, my writings was simple. But my teachers and everyone raved over my work. They even told me, Max Siegel, when he read the first Third Eye book, and my other ones, they said, you're going to be more richer and more famous than us. They told me, my teachers. I were blown away. They were super rich, super famous. But I just thought my work was
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's
man,
you just blew me away. This is definitely hey, make some noise for New Year's, man. This is it. Man, thanks for sharing that story. That was amazing.
Well, you guys got to know that Ali, when you go and look on YouTube and listen to him speak to people around the globe, this man is incredible.
Right.
He was not afraid, fearless, standing up for the underdogs.
That's right.
Changed his name from a slave name, Cassius Clay, to Muhammad Ali.
Right.
And no one has beaten his records yet. 3 times heavyweight champion of the world. And I've met a lot of the boxers. I've met Mike Tyson. I've met Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather Jr., some of the other boxers that can go on, Winky Wright. I can go on and on and on. Well, no one has ever topped Muhammad Ali's records.
Man, that's great, man. That's the king right there. Boxing, Muhammad Ali.
But he was the most incredible
Greatest.
man I've ever met in my entire life.
Man.
And I'm married again to an MMA UFC fighter. And if I say too much, he's going to get jealous.
Oh, man. I remember you.
Man.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Let me tell you,
he'll get mad over the stories of Muhammad Ali. You go ahead.
He might, but once, let me tell you, we met this girl's fiance, and he was a very handsome man, and it just slipped out of my mouth. And I said to both of them, to him, "You're so sexy," because I'm about speaking the truth. And my husband didn't say anything until we were later by ourselves. "You never said I was sexy."
Oh, whoa. Whoa. Okay. All right.
And I told him, I said, "I'm sorry, but that slipped out of my mouth."
Is it Vegas?
Yeah, the couple was living someplace else, but we're in Vegas. And we were talking to them, and she was introducing, she said, "You prophesied that I was going to get married again." And she married this guy. But I met him before she married him because I told her she was going to get a new husband. And he was her fiance, because I had mentored this girl. Her name is Laconda. And I had mentored her. She had gotten her first $100,000. She got a Bentley. She was getting multiple checks because they would hear me on interviews where I said that I can help you to grow rich, or I can help you to be healthy, because there's only two things that you need to do on earth, is to have lots of money, which makes you prosperous and successful, and to be healthy to spend it. So I told people about the water regimen that the Japanese doctor had, and this angel prayer that God gave me. And there's been nothing but witnesses and people from all over the world contacted me for both of them.
Man.
And you should see the testimonies to God, to what people have received. Incredible. Let me tell you, you cannot fool me because I'm the oracle. And I told people, you can't lie to me. And this one guy, he came to me, his name is Brian, and he asked to be mentored. And me and one of my top students, Chris, we kept on waiting for him to give a testimony, because he had the angel prayer. And he kept on telling us all kind of bogus stories. And we knew that didn't have, he should have received money, miracles, and blessings with this prayer. And so let me tell you what happened. He kept lying and lying. His girlfriend was broke, and she only had like 38 cents. And he gave her the angel prayer. And the moment she read it out loud, she got $5,000. And that blew his mind. In fact, they came to Vegas on that $5,000.
Damn.
And she came to me. She was like, wow. That's when he knew it was real and that it really worked. He had been lying over and over. He had never used it. Because everybody that used it get a testimony, and they tell you what they've received, and they're blown away. Because let me tell you about the girl that Laconda, that got the 100,000. She was broke, because she said, "Well, what do I need to do?" I said, "Well, you can give me a donation, because I take donations like Jesus and his disciples, but I can't charge for God's work." No, listen, this is true.
That's real though.
That's all I can take as a donation.
Right.
So she said, "Well, I'm broke." I said, "Well, then you can just give me it later." And I said, "What do you want? How much money do you want?" She said, "I want $100,000. Now you need to listen, you guys. She had a case going on. She had some lawyers. She went to the lawyers and she told them, "I want 100." I told her she's going to get that 100,000. She had to do what I say. And she went to her lawyers and she told them, I want $100,000. And they laughed at her and they told her, you'd be lucky if you get $20,000.
Mm.
Then the people she had the lawsuit against, she went over to them and she told them, I want 100,000. And they laughed at her too and said, no way are you getting that. Then she came to me, I'm the oracle. She told me what both of them said. And I told her, do you believe them or do you believe me? She said, Sophia, I believe you. And guess what? She got that 100,000.
Hey.
Here we go.
And she got a Bitcoin. And she sent over all the checks she were getting. She sent me several of them. You know, pictures of all the money she was getting.
Man.
That's blessed.
That's a beautiful
it's the
story.
real thing. It's the real. You can talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
It is super real. You can bring them on the show and they will give a testimony to God. And you know, Sabay from Clubhouse, he gives testimony all the time because his wife was sick and he started giving her the water and they start prospering with the water and the prayer. And he told everybody it was real.
That's beautiful. What kind of holy water?
No, just boiled water, any kind you drink. You boil it for 2 to 3 minutes. It becomes distilled water. It scrubs out your large intestine and your small intestine. Guess what? In 2 months, you will look 25 years younger than what you look now.
I'll tell you about that distilled water.
Oh, man.
No, it has to be heated. It has to be heated, not room temperature.
No, I
not
said
what
distilled.
people get at the store.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's distilled in the bottle. I'm not talking about that. I can give you the regimen that the Japanese doctor is talking about. It's because that's the only thing that's going to scrub out your intestinal tract is the large intestine and a small one. And the heated water scrubs it out the first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It cleanses it, it scrubs it out. It gets rid of the toxin. It gets rid of the bacteria. It gets rid of the tapeworms, parasites, old feces that's been sitting there for 5 or 10 years that make people look like they're pregnant. Men and women looking like they got triplets or 3 or 4 babies in their bellies, all extended bellies, needs to be cleaned. Their intestinal tract. When these people die of a stroke or heart attack, the doctor, the coroners open up their intestine. It's full of parasites.
Wouldn't you say the parasites are similar to the sentinels that were in the Matrix?
Well, those were the machines almost, but that's what parasites look like. But they were the machines looking for Neo. But that's what parasites look like. And let me tell you guys, they won't tell you this, the doctors, and you need to listen to the oracle. It is the parasites that give you the heart attacks, that give you the strokes, that give you dementia and Alzheimer. No joke.
We got to kill the sentinels within.
That's right. You have to kill them with heated water and bentonite. Bentonite is the clay. Papaya seeds kill parasites. Woundworm. This herb called woundworm also kill them. But you must kill the parasites. Watch your memory, watch your life start changing when you do this heated water and you kill the parasites with papaya seeds, bentonite, which is clay, woundworm herb, and parabrum is another one that kills. And I will give you pictures to Killah Priest. And if you do not miss a day of that water, because consistency is the key to success, you will transform into another person that look 25 years and your skin will be glowing
I agree.
Look at my skin.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It will be glowing. I've been on it for going on 4 years, and I've never missed a day. Never missed a day. I get up and I do. You can do anywhere from 16 to 32 ounces of water. You will lose weight. You will look like a whole nother person. It will clean all of the stuff out of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your skin will be glowing just like you came out of the womb. It's like you were just born, rebirth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like how Neo
And the
looked.
prayer, that's right. And the prayer will give you money, miracles, and blessings. Yes.
Mm.
You guys think I'm joking? Put me to the test.
I believe,
I believe
I
you.
see it.
I
Yes.
love
And I
it.
will let
I believe you straight up. I do a lot of tea with distilled water, so I kind of like could see that with my skin and like everything
no,
like that.
but you can't use no tea. You can't put no lemon.
No,
You
no.
were born in the matrix with water.
Mm-hmm.
Look, in the matrix womb, you were in the water for 9 months. You were like a little fish, swimming in the water, breathing the water, eating the water. The mother ate from the dirt of the earth. What did she eat? She ate the herbs. She ate the animals. She ate the vegetables. She ate from the earth. Until 9 months, when you come out of the womb, the doctor pulls the stuff out of your mouth. He spanks your bottom, and you take your first breath of air. You become an air breather.
Mm.
But look at your body when you come out of the water. It is glowing. It is healthy organs. And you have the knowledge of God. Your mind, your organs, everything is phenomenal. So you must go back to the water. And the water was heated. Well, heated water for 9 months. Now, when you do this, heated water on an empty stomach, every morning when you get up, the first thing you do, you get the water, you boil it for less than 2 minutes, and depending on how much weight you have to lose, if you are 250 pounds, do 32 ounces. If you're like 120, do 16 ounces. And if you're in between weight, 18, 24, 25 on up ounces. And in 2 months, you take a before picture, write your start date down. In 2 months, you're going to look like another person. People are going to say, what are you doing? The doctors, when you go to check with them, they're going to be amazed. But guess what? It don't cost you nothing unless you want to buy special water. Any water it becomes distilled water once it's boiled for 2 or 3 minutes.
Beautiful.
You won't be the
So,
same.
are
Why
you-
don't you take a challenge? Why don't you guys do a challenge? I challenge you to do it, and I'm going to send you over the water regimen so you can read what the diseases
Choose.
that it gets rid of out of your body. I'm going to send that. I'm going to do the challenge. You can't miss a day. I'll come back on, and you guys will look like different people. We'll do it.
Yeah, I believe that. I really truly believe that.
3 months.
This is a
3
man.
months, and everybody will see it if you don't break it. You cannot break one day and watch. In 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see the changes because I can show you people. People will have argued with me that have 2 master's degrees and a bachelor, has argued with me, and he saw his transformation because I got the before and after pictures. He was blown away.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So take the challenge, you guys.
I'll take it. I'll take the challenge.
Take it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, I'll take it.
And be consistent. You cannot miss a day. And I'm going to give you everything. And I'm going to give you the instructions. And I want you, and I guarantee you, everybody is going to be listening to this and coming and getting this interview. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Everybody in the world.
Beautiful,
This is
man.
going to be one of the biggest interviews to go down in history, the most incredible, when they see what I give you to do, the Oracle,
Man,
and your transformation in 3 months
you know we got to
from
listen.
today.
If the oracle said it, we doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you'll be so incredibly healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
I am not joking with you.
Man, are you
Do
diagnosed
my
with like?
instructions.
Yeah. Are you diagnosed like to a genius?
I'm a prodigy. I'm a prodigy.
Yeah.
Some people call me a genius.
Yeah.
Some people
Your
call
mind
me
is
a genius.
phenomenal.
But I'm a prodigy, but I put people to the test. I told them I can show you better than I can tell you. I will show you that I'm speaking the absolute truth, that I cured some people of COVID. They didn't go to the doctors at all. They came to me. And guess what? One of them was getting well as he was talking to me, and he could barely breathe when he called me. But he was laughing and getting well because I told him to eat. I say, do you have any raw ginger in the refrigerator? He said, yes. I say, go get some and peel it and start eating it while we're talking.
Wow.
He got well. He could barely breathe. He felt like he was dying. But as he was eating it, he was laughing. I say, see? Put him on boiled garlic, to drink the garlic water or chew the raw garlic. It kills viruses. It kills the vampire. It kills cancer. It's the vampire. It kills flu. It kills pneumonia, whooping cough, common cold. They're all viruses.
Man.
It's crazy because some people will give us crumbs of knowledge, but you're giving us the whole cookie.
Yeah.
Yes, like I gave Neo. I'm going to give you the whole cookie. I'm going to have you as a testimony to God.
Definitely.
And give your testimony. And all you have to do is be grateful and thankful because God says these magic words. He said, ask and you shall receive. He said, knock and the door shall be open. And he said, seek and you will find. So I'm going to give you two things. You don't even have to work ever again. You don't ever have to be sick ever again. And we were never meant to be cut on. And I'm not Dr. Sabi, but I have some knowledge being Cherokee, being a shaman of what heals us naturally from the earth and the air and the water.
Nice.
Man, that was masterful. That's why I said,
The oracle.
yeah, you're the oracle. Man, you said something I wanted to give you up. Because you gave it to me, so I was going to regurgitate it back. You said something that could be a dope slogan for the shirt, for your shirt, your merch, and you said something like, I'm going to unplug you. I think it was some sort of that, but I like that when you say that. Because I feel it, the energy when you say that. And
Getting red-pilled.
Getting red pilled?
And rip.
Yeah.
Getting red pilled?
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, it's a term they use.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you ready to get red-pilled? That means you're about to learn some truth.
Oh.
That's a phrase that Sophia has created that the
come
world
get the red
speaks
pill.
on.
Yeah.
That's real.
We got a plethora of things to say about your quotes and stuff you did for us as just humanity. You know, that movie does a lot for everybody. It gets us to think about the real world. That's when my eyes were totally open after seeing The Matrix. I said, somebody understands. They understand. It's like that voice in your head. You're like,
It's my favorite movie to this day.
Yeah.
It's still my favorite.
Classic.
Love it.
And you guys have no idea how much knowledge I have in those books.
Yeah.
Those books have so much incredible knowledge. The movies are only a fraction out of those books.
Right.
Do you know 1 hour and 36 minutes? No more than 2 hours and 15 minutes is nothing. And people asking me questions about the Matrix, and all you have to do is read the books.
Well,
The
we got
knowledge I have in there is metaphysics to the 10th level of power. I'm talking about quantum physics, mathematics. I'm talking about all kinds of things that they can't even teach you in school.
That's real.
That's real.
And those
Yeah.
4 books, they're incredible knowledge. Ask the scientists, ask the doctors, the philosophers, because they've read my book and they talk to me. And some of the engineers, they're like, oh my God, we can process it in our minds, but we can't articulate it on paper the way you are telling all this knowledge. You break it down to the simple level that even little kids can understand. Quantum physics.
Man, that's great. This has been great. Man, your mind, I ran out of questions, man. I mean, we could go on and on and on, but it's like, man, you answered so much. Please, everybody in the craft room, get this book, get all 4 of her books as a collection. She is waking us up, is deeply layered, highly favored. And just the writing alone, I mean, you learn so much and you pull us into your imagination. That's why I said, man, you got to be some type of genius or something. I mean, they didn't, I don't know if you're not diagnosed for you and your memory, you know what I mean? I commend you to that.
I've always had a photographic memory. The Pace News, they just came out with an article on me, April the 19th, 2023. They're calling me a creative genius, a prodigy. I'm all of that and more. Prophet, a oracle, God's wisdom, Sophia, Greek for wisdom. But most of all, I'm a healer and a shaman, like my grandmother, who's passed away, who was full-blooded Cherokee from the reservations of Missouri. Believe me, I am gifted. But I want to heal and help.
Man, on that note, I'm gonna say I've recently, like, I didn't tell you, but I have lost my mom's last year.
And I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Could you give me some words? Some words of?
I'm going to give you the truth. Your mother is around you. She has never left you at all. The only thing that's dead is the body. That's just transportation. God's children are 3-dimensional. Blood, water, and spirit, which is the astral body, spirit, is the period in a woman. So when a doctor performs an abortion, he can perform it up to 11 weeks because all it is doing is bringing the period down, because the astral body is spiritual and it cannot die. It waits for another body of transportation to come back to the earth if it has not finished its work. Now, the second body is the physical body, which takes 9 months to 36 weeks, and the mother eats from the dirt of the earth to sustain that body, because it's the only thing that can come into this earth is a physical body. That's your transportation. Like you go get in your car is a part of you. It operates through you, but it's not you. So when it's wrecked, that doesn't mean you're dead. If your body is preserved in there like the spirit, you get out of that car and get you another car. Now, the third body is the seed or the soul of continuation. It comes and melt with the other 2 bodies at the 12th week. That's why when a doctor performs an abortion at the 12th week, it's killing a living soul, because all 3 bodies are one at that point. The soul of the seed is the continuation that comes back here again and again and again. So in the moment somebody's born, somebody is dying. The moment somebody is dying, somebody is born. And we're talking about transportation, the body. But you never can kill the seed or the soul. The soul is when we are happy, when we are laughing, when we fall in love, when we enjoy the greatest foods and drinks, when we enjoy the greatest beautiful moon, sun, sunrise, and all the materialistic stuff upon the earth and money that God has blessed us with. Are you getting it now, Neo?
Yeah, I'm getting it. I got it. I got it. I can do
Your
kung fu.
mother is with you, so you can speak to her.
Right. Yeah.
And the spirit doesn't leave right away from the earth. When the body dies, It goes back to the dirt that it came from. That's why the natives would put the bodies up and they would turn to dirt, and then the wind would come and blow the dirt back to the earth from where it comes. Now it's barbaric, but the people bury in the boxes, and it takes longer for the boxes to turn into dirt, and then the skeleton and the body to turn into dirt and go back to being with the dirt.
Earth. Man,
So we never die.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
We never die. It's the truth.
I need to hear
It's the truth. We never die.
Yeah.
We come back again and again.
So we get it right.
If rebirth.
Reincarnation.
That's right, reincarnation. If you still got work to do, you just have to wait for a body. Sometimes people catch up with each other, soulmates.
Let me give you another.
Have you ever noticed when some grandfather says he feel like he's gonna be passing away, and he asks his daughter-in-law, "Well, when is the baby gonna be born?" Because he might have the knowledge to come back, the memory chip. Because every time we come back, we have the memory. It's right. It's in the book. And the Matrix 4 book, go back and look at it. The memory chip, that's where all of our ancestors, all of our connections and links and bloodlines are the memory chips. Everybody, wherever have been the lawyers, doctors, inventors, creators, singers, whatever they've done on the earth, they keep coming back with all of that knowledge, all the old souls. And I'm going to prove reincarnation the next time I come on the show.
Beautiful.
In 3 months.
Beautiful.
I'm going to show you all reincarnation and prove it that someone has been reincarnated that's an actor.
Wow.
I believe it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Man, I want to say, man, your mind is incredible. Thank you. I know you've been with us, and your voice is strong. I mean, we talk before. You sound clear. Everything is beautiful, focused, and I learned so much. And I want the craft room. You make sure to put our information up there.
What's up there?
Yeah, we're gonna let you go and do another
Yes.
part. Yes. And I know it's the holidays, so everybody want to get where they got to go. And I want to thank you again for coming to the Podcraft. And you're definitely beloved over here. And ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sophia Stewart.
Much
love.
Not any miss.
Oh yeah, no
I'm
miss.
married.
Oh yeah. My bad. I'm sorry. God.
This is for a single woman that's never been married.
Yeah.
You really want my husband to get mad at that?
Oh
one.
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's do it right. Sophia Stewart. Yeah, and I want to.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, and we got your book. We're going to get more. Make sure all the information's up there, AD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're going to let you off the rocket. I've learned so much. You've been beautiful. I mean, you nailed it to the T.
As always,
Thank you so much.
307 people watching.
Yeah.
You're going to have more.
Hit that like, man. Hit that like. Yeah,
let me tell you.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the most incredible interviews, and they're going to pass it on to everyone.
Hey.
And you haven't seen anything yet.
Yes, I love it. I love it, man. This is great.
I'm going to say goodbye, and I love you guys. And remember, take the challenge.
Yeah. We'll take that
I'll
challenge.
be back in 3 months.
Okay. Well, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Start understanding. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sophia.
Peace. Bye-bye. Man, that was mind-blowing. I told you.
Yeah, that was deep.
I told y'all, man, we always do that on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know. I want to do something.
I thought she was going to say, and remember, there is no spoon.
Right.
I thought she was going to say that, but
That's good for the break.
that's my imagination.
Yeah, that's good for the Matrix. Man. Oh man, that was heavy. I needed that.
That's deep.
Yeah, man. I got the butterfly out there now. We're supposed to open the show with it, but we're gonna play it later on.
Butterfly.
And remember, it's retrograde. We leaving Bye-bye 2 in 2023. Couldn't stand you. No, let me stop. 23, we're going to run through some things that happened during 2023.
2023.
And I got a present for my man Lance.
Hey.
I got this is my matcha, man.
Oh.
This is my matcha.
Really?
Yeah, this is my matcha.
Killah Priest matcha?
Yes, the Lord's Son Tea Company. Man, this is very high grade. This is the organic ceremonial grade. So this one right here is gonna touch your soul, man. This is green gold right here. I wanna pass this to you, man.
Thank you, Killah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. You have the instruction over there.
Organic.
Matcha, it's the matcha man. It's the matcha man. There you go.
Matcha man.
Yeah,
Hey.
the matcha man.
That's right.
Matcha love.
Thank you, Killah Priest. I appreciate you giving this to me.
Yeah, man, there's no problem, man. I mean, this is a time of giving and time of sharing. Sophia Stewart came through, and she gave the gift to keep on giving. You know,
right.
Knowledge is
wisdom.
is free. Wisdom and understanding, it's free. It's here for all of us, and man, we learn from those who paved the way.
That's
You
right.
gonna take the challenge?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the challenge. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, you gonna do it too?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the challenge.
Yeah.
I've recorded. I did some recording. I recorded Lance.
Hey.
Yeah.
Lance been doing some stuff in the
Killah
studio.
Priest has got skills.
Hey, showtime. I know how to record, man. Thanks
He
to my son.
does. He does.
That makes you a recording engineer.
He is a recording engineer, a jack of all trades.
I recorded. I recorded Dak Capadonna. Yeah, Capadonna.
Oh,
Capadonna said-
Capadonna, that's the guy from Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah. So I told Cap, I was like, he's like, man, because I had to get my part on. So I told him what to do and he got there. He said, you know what's ill? We recording each other, man. I just told him what to do. And he was amazed that I'm not a record. Now I'm passing on to Solomon. It goes around 360 because my other son taught me how to do it. And I had it I told the story before. And then, the show a solo jam.
Yeah.
Because they pick up quick, man.
Yeah.
Solomon, you know how to do it too?
I know how to do it. I help record some.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. It takes time. I mean, nothing's hard when you start getting into it. It's just that we be lazy.
Yeah.
So lazy.
Yeah.
I ain't for crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it takes time to learn the skill. And you know what I mean, shout out to the people that really perfected it. But it takes time, and that's what life is about, is perfecting your craft, your art. So, that's the first part.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. So listen, it's been great, man. I'm just exhausted with love and knowledge. So, we're gonna go to the music. I mean, happy holidays to everybody. I know y'all want to get out and have it do what you do, or you can start working on that book you've been talking about. You know what I mean? That you're gonna work on for a long time.
That's right.
You can start finishing up, things that you want to get your chores and stuff like that. Clean up the crib. So I don't know, they clean up this time of night, but
Right.
so you never know. Somebody got feeling good, or you want to get that meal and stuff like that. Get that meal in.
Yeah.
It's your time. We're gonna go through the music.
Yeah.
In a little while.
Yeah, in a little while.
I'm gonna take a little break. What you got? So
I got something to say. Don't worry, I got y'all. I'll hold it down. Listen. Everybody has New Year's resolutions, right? And people, sometimes you write them down before the New Year start. And you be like, oh, this is my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start working on my weight. I'm gonna start working on myself and do all this stuff. Take your steps. You know what I mean, and be appropriate for yourself. Because I think a lot of people have a lot of big dreams, right? And a lot of big ideas. And, you want to make your dream a reality, right? But you got to take certain baby steps to get there. You know what I mean? Not every step has to be a large step. You could take that once you start even working on yourself. And I feel like New Year's resolutions, like, get those things done, right? But take the baby steps that's necessary to take for, and be patient with yourself. I think that's the main key, because a lot of people are not really patient with their own stuff. You know what I mean? We get so caught up in life and everything like that, but you got to really take that time out for yourself and really be like, yo, I need to work on myself and work on what I want to get done for 2024. You know what I mean? And 2024 is could be a big year for you, for everybody in your family, everybody, whoever your big goals are. You know what I mean? Just take those steps. Because New Year resolutions, we all make them, but we don't really take the proper steps to even get that done. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it gets passed on to 2025. And you want to get things done appropriately that you set a certain goal for yourself. So that's all I really got to say for New Year's. You know what I mean? Happy New Year's. Enjoy yourselves and have fun. You know what I mean? And just know life is a journey. That's all. You know what I mean?
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, that's right. Happy New Year's, man.
You gonna get on that champagne campaign?
Yeah, we got definitely pop some bottles. Champagne. Got some tea champagne.
Yeah. We got some matcha.
Yeah, some
First
coffee
take
champagne.
shots and
Yeah,
then pop
man.
bottles.
Yeah, we're gonna have some. We're gonna have a good time, stuff like that, man. But do it. Let's go into 2024 different. Cocoon. That's what I was saying. The butterfly effect, and that's why I put out that song like that, because it's time for us to change and let out our wings to new things. Sophia said David killed Goliath with a sling, which was a gun.
The first gun.
I wonder if Goliath ran. You know what I'm saying? Like when you pull out the joint, he saw him, like, yo, because we all thinking he was just standing there like, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Like he just pulled it out because he probably didn't know what he was slinging.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, what the hell? Hold on, I don't got nothing. I threw my sword back there and started running. He probably hit him in the back of the head.
Good.
Because when he had weaved, because if you see it coming straight ahead.
Nah, but you wouldn't expect that though. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't, it's not
but
that.
he had to swing it a couple of times.
Yeah,
like
swing it, but would you expect something coming? That's the truth.
Oh, yeah.
I think
like doing like.
I feel like Goliath, and my own thing, Goliath was arrogant.
Yeah.
So he had to probably just stood there and be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You wouldn't expect to weave it right away.
Yeah.
Especially, it probably came so fast, like a gun. You know what I mean? A bullet.
He said, oh, this shit got a rock. I can deal with this.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a gun. Like, you're not weaving a gun.
Yeah.
A bullet.
Was fast.
Yeah.
He probably did. We don't know the real story. He probably hit him beside the head. Of the side, or he was, you know what I mean?
Nah, he definitely got rocked.
He got rocked.
Literally.
Man, Sophia, you see this got us talking about that?
Yeah.
Yo, you gonna sit up there and swing. You're like, yo, man, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
What size was it, right?
Yeah, who knows?
Stones.
Could be like, probably like this, something like that.
Still doing that. Pew. Yeah, remember that? Pew, Cowboys. Yeah, play all of that stuff. All right, man, let's move on to the music so we get up out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, and are you gonna stick around with us? I mean, if you have to dip out, you could, but if you want to stay, let's stay.
I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna go.
That's it.
Help out my brother.
Hey, man, shout out to your brother. What's your brother's name?
Michael Davis.
Shout out to Michael Davis, man.
Michael, I'm coming home to bring them money.
Mike is gonna be happy.
Thank you guys for having me on the podcast, and
hasta la vista, baby.
Thanks for doing my song for me.
All right, Lance.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Bye, Felicia.
Hey, man.
Oh, it's like that.
No. I'll be back.
Yeah, Terminator. That's a smart woman, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. I wish I could remember that she talked to me about that rocket ship. And I was like, damn, wait a minute, hold on. She was just like, oh no, man.
I thought Muhammad Ali was wild. I thought that's
a wild story.
That's a wild story, man. That's crazy, man. Who knew? Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll leave that alone.
Right. Yeah, you want to stay out there, man.
Yeah, it was Sophia. Lay off her. She was good to go. Word.
All right, time for song promotions.
And song promotions. Snins. Snins. Schoolings.
Yeah.
What's gotten to me? Oh.
Our first submission is by FG Postmortem.
What's up, FG?
Peace.
Yo, you can take me off.
Okay, hold on a second.
Shout out to SB. Yeah, because I was up here for. Is my mic on? No, the mic is on. Mic sound nice.
That's right.
Now listen for it because I need to get something to drink.
The song's called FG. It's by FG Postmortem called Periostracum, produced by Coverboy. Here we go.
Didn't even scratch the surface.
Shout out to Coverboy.
The Karens arguing with a manager. Snail nigga warlord barbarian laugh at you. Don't get caught out of character. Embarrass you like shoplifting caught on camera. Banned from stores cause the Gordian steals. Organic costs more, can't afford the meals. They poison you at the dollar store. Chemicals banned in other parts of the world. Squirrels eating better than you in the hood. Eating chicken and pizza while you got ramen noodles. Find commissary is there but you're misunderstood. Institutionalized, think the jail is good. But Snail still prevails as a warlord. Put spikes on the shell where the wall is. A gnarly old fella, you probably thought he was jolly till you get molly whopped like Burger King patty with the secret sauce from the wolf daddy. Don't forget the sweet jergens and the horse shot. On the horse meat, where we're at 293. They suing Planned Parenthood for selling aborted babies. It's more than some crazy postmortem theory. Y'all can have it y'all way like Jesus named before it. Your genius think that your horoscope's important. I think you're fluoridated and chakra stones aren't working. I think you're blank man with your grandma's blanket on you. I think you're plankton sea monkey swimming in a formula. You just making up noise as you're going along. Woke knowledge stolen from memes you've seen online. Blind leading the blind monkey sees monkey dudes. I just fucked with you like the letter W. Mollusk, Tusk, and Conklin. Get it poppin' in Orlando instead of Long Island. Pause. That shit was getting boring, fam. Under chem web skies with the Magellans. Breathing in spores and insect repellent. Make your bitch circumnavigate like Magellan. While you're shooting McGavins, eating shit for breakfast. Trying to run off with Mr. Gilmore's jacket. Oh, so y'all can count? Like Chocula? Y'all can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Your gargoyles turn into stone when the sun comes up. MCs think they fly like Marty with the Parkinson's. Leave the smart stupid with the bars is done. Like solar trash, your garbage son. Or Snail leave you with a sense of euphoria. Don't sound like an orphan eating porridge slop. The Oliver Twist niggas living in laundry brothers get marks and stains from a raunchy cut. I recommend your rappers ought to stop cause you just stands at one of Eminem autographs. Spitting bars that are whack, awful and soft. Type to call the cops and law enforcement. When you see the Sky Wolf Daddy with his Walkman. Our USB albums in an electric car. Your CDs that got frisbeed after breaking butt on them. Or a cassette tape that got ate and stuck. Watch Snail make a scene like a paintbrush with little happy trees and some fluffy clouds. Break out the titanium miter or your pastel. Add in layers like Periostracum. The concocted make sure the shell don't get scuffed like Timberland boots you don't use for work.
Man, that was interesting. Yo, I hear you got some flows in there, man. You got some bars and it's cool. I just feel like you can do, I think you deserve a better beat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you got some good sounding bars in there. And I think if you just do that to a regular boom bap, you know what I mean? It'll just be more appealing because that beat kind of there is just wasn't even a beat. It kind of just sounded like someone was just hitting the side of a fence.
You know, you feel the cover boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right.
It needed some more. It needed a kick drum and a snare drum. That's just me though.
Understood.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I get the creativity. I get the whole. It's abstract. It's something different. I get that. But the way he's delivering, he was dropping some bars in there that sounded kind of cool. And I just hear that on a boom bap. Do you know what I mean? Just so it's like, ooh, it platforms his lyrics
right
a little more. Do you know what I mean? I understand the creativity. I respect it. It's a cool beat. Coverboy's got skills. I'm just saying the way he spit that on that. I would like to hear that on a boom bap. I didn't mean to rhyme that.
No, hey, look, some things just flow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I fuck with it. Oh, they stop saying.
I mean, that's all right.
Sorry, YouTube. But nah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know, it was dope. You know what I mean? SG Postmortem always gives us something that's like very, very yeah, that's a great flow. I like the flow.
Yeah.
I can see what you mean by the beat. But I think I like the abstract, the creativity from it. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? I think it meshes well with the video. So shout out to SG Postmortem, shout out to Coverboy. Yeah, great collab, man.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I had to find it real quick. There we go.
So,
bombs.
Ooh, we got suddenly another FG Postmortem submission here.
Hey.
Okay, so let's go to it. This one is called Chowk, featuring Sin 711, produced by Black Guy Randy. That's what it says.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
What up, Chuck the Boogie? Black man Randy. Catch the backhand, okay. Smack your bitch's arse cheek. Keep it moving forward. This isn't last week. This music makes you wanna chill, like the Wolf Daddy. Have you like that was nice though? That was Snail nigga warlord, the maestro. Don't gamble with your life with the dice roll. Don't rap in skinny jeans sounding like mice clone. Just write poems on the toilet bowl. Brand new bedroom that smells like Home Depot. He be like, what bike? Y'all shit got Deboed. While I'm at home splitting a T-bone steak with my Negro. Chief in that Zah eating pizza, bruh. Be like, oh dawg, nigga got stuck. This beat called Chuck, so I fuck it up like Chuck Norris with some motherfucking nunchucks.
Lyrically dance with the track, dance at the tap. Might give her the clap with the snap. Post like in the chat. Shorty says she feeling it in the back chat. My moves can never ever be whack. Since 7, ring bells, that's an actual fact. Cigars, bootstraps, leathers and jeans slacks. Crossbows with a little back. Blinks twist up, that's fat. Some fine wine. Cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, dollar. Patent leather, party time. Go live. Cha cha, cha cha. Papa, sipping on slurp, burpee, Burberry, my baby berry, sugar strawberry, honey lady named Cherry. We practice the foxtrot in the basement of the library.